Hello and welcome to Walkers. I'm here to show you some of the features on our website. First thing I'll show you is once you've gotten a login set up with us, to log in for the first time, you'll hover over your account here, click on login. You probably won't have any of your stuff saved at this point, so you'll type in your email address that we set you up with. I'm using one of our employees here as an example. We usually set you up with a temporary password as well. Usually we make that Walkers all lowercase just for ease of use. Once you sign in for the first time, it's going to ask you to set a permanent password, and you can select whatever you would like as your permanent password. And then you'll save that. And you will be logged in. The first thing that you'll need to do once you're logged in is check up here. There should be a blue bar showing which current account you are logged into. When you log in for the first time, it's just going to log you into your generic, we call it the parent account. There's no department. And what you'll need to do is select which department you want to place an order for. The easiest way to do that is to just click on this here where it says current account. It'll bring up a drop-down menu. And if you click here, this will show you a list of all the different departments that you have access to ordering for. You can select one of these. This one says Placerville Senior Center. Click Switch Account. And if you check up here in the top right, it will always show you which department you are currently logged into. One thing to note is you will need to log in to whichever department you want to place an order for before you build your order. So make sure you're logged in to the correct department that you want to place your order for before moving much further. You can save a basket if you've added things to your cart and you realize you're on the wrong department. You can save that basket and then log into a different department and reload the basket. I'll show you how to do that in a bit, but it is easiest if you just make sure you're logged into the proper department from the get-go. Let me show you how to save a basket now in case you ever did accidentally build a cart on the wrong department and you needed to transfer that. So let's just say we were looking for paper. And we wanted to order one copy paper. So we're going to add that to our basket. And let's say we go to checkout. And when we get here, we realize this isn't where we wanted to place this order. We wanted to go to a different department, and we forgot to switch. So you can come back up here. You can go back to cart. You'll be brought back. Your current cart will be here. I know this isn't a likely scenario since one carton of paper is pretty easy to place an order for. You probably wouldn't need to save this basket, but let's say you had just added, 40 items to your cart and you didn't want to go and re-add all of those. You can click right here on Save Cart. You can give it a name. So let's just say Test Save Cart. And we're going to save and close. So now that cart is gone. It has been saved. And let's say we actually meant to place this order for the 3047 Brew Road address. We can switch over to that account. We can click on our account and come here to Saved Baskets. And our Test Save Cart is right here. You can click on these dots over here and you can load the cart up. And once that has finished, your cart is now loaded onto the proper department. You can proceed to checkout immediately, or if you wanted to add some other items, you can do that too. Add that to the basket, and now we can check out. And then you'll see the new department's shipping and billing addresses. If you have any quick lists already, those will show up right here. You're also able to create a new quick list. We call it quick lists on the website. It's also referred to as favorites list. It's just items that you potentially are ordering frequently and you want to store in a list so that you can find them easier and faster. So I set up this test quick list here just to show you. Let's say we've got our office paper that we buy frequently, pens that we need to buy to replenish the office, and then the folders that we use in our filing cabinets and such. So if you hover over quick lists, it'll bring up everything that's here, and you click on whichever one you want to go into. It'll bring up all your items here. If you want to add things to the basket directly from here, it will initially have a default quantity of 1 when you add an item into your quick list. You can update that right here. So if you were to click, maybe you want to order these folders in quantities of 5, you can do that. And so now anytime you open up your quick list, that's just going to automatically be on a 5, and you can add that to the basket with one click, and you'll see that you now have 5 of these on your order. But if you want to leave that at a 1, and you potentially do want to order 2 boxes of pens, if you hover over right here, these little arrows will pop up and you can change the amount that you want to order and still add that to the basket. And now we've got our 2 pens and our 5 folders here. And if you accidentally added something to your basket that you don't want, you can hover over that and just delete, and it will remove it from the basket completely. So let me walk you through just placing a test order here. I'm just going to order 1 carton of our regular copy paper. It's something we have out in our warehouse, and I'll easily be able to delete this order after the fact. So I'm going to add one of our copy papers to the order, and I'm going to click on this checkout button. You can also click on the one down here, either way. And that's going to bring you to our checkout screen. If you see here, it's going to show you the shipping and billing address of the department that you were logged into. You can't change that from this screen. That's why I emphasize being logged into the correct department when you're placing an order. So as long as this is all correct, you're on the correct department on your account, you can click continue. That'll bring up our shipping options, and shipping is always free for our customers, so you don't need to do anything here. It will default to free shipping, and you can hit continue. Here you can add any order notes that you might have. If you need to add a PO number, you can add that in here. It'll show you everything broken down over here, the subtotal, shipping, tax, and then your grand total. All you have to do is click on this place order button here, and it's going to bill this to your account. Stuart is the person's login that I'm using here, and I do have him set up as needing approval on his orders. So if you need approval for your orders, you will see a thank you, and now your order is awaiting approval. So let me show you where you can see your orders that are out and awaiting approval. All right, so now that the order has been placed and it is waiting for approval, let's go check on the status of this order. So if you click on your account here, it's going to bring up this little sidebar with some different menus you can click on. Let's click on orders. So this is going to show you all the orders that have been placed on this department specifically. And if you ever are logged into a certain department and you want to see all the orders that have been placed across all the departments of your account, you can click this here, and this is going to bring up every order that's been placed on this entire account. But we can go back to this account, which means just this department specifically, the Placerville Senior Center. And if you look up here, you're going to see we're in the orders tab, but there is a queued orders and an awaiting approval tab. So if we click on the awaiting approval, we can see here the order that we just placed. It shows the reference number, shows the date it was created, shows the department that it was placed on, shows you who did it, the total, and it shows you the status. Currently, it is still awaiting approval. So let me bring in my email here. As you can see, I set myself up as the approver for Stuart. And so whenever he's placing an order, I'm going to get an email that says order approval, and it will show me the name of the person who placed it, the department, their email, the amount, and it's going to give me the option to approve the order or reject the order, or I can log in and view it myself. So let's say we want to approve this order. If you click on approve order, it's going to bring you to our website where you just need to confirm one last time that you want the order approved. You click here, the order has been approved. Next, let me show you how to look at your order/invoice history. You're going to click on your account right here, and our sidebar will open up on the right-hand side. And right over here under my account, you will see order invoice history. If you click on this, it's going to bring up all the orders that have been placed on this department. And so you can see we're logged in to the Placerville Senior Center. All these departments are Placerville Senior Center. It'll show you our invoice number over here, the web order ID right here. Shows you the attention to and who placed the order, the amount and everything. And if you click on this drop down right here, you'll see an option for all account orders. And if you were to click that, it's going to bring up every order that's been placed on the entire account, not just this department. And so you can see all the different departments listed here. So social services, mental health, social services, Placerville Senior Center, HHSA, etc. So even if you're logged into a specific department, you can always look at everything if you need to. Now let's go back to just this account orders. If you were to click on one of these, it brings up some more information about the order, where it was shipped to, and it brings up all the items that were on the order and breaks them down and shows you how the quantities of everything. And so if you ever needed to go back and reference an item that maybe you purchased in the past, you can do that. And even if you were to click here, it'll bring you to that item on our website. Next, let's look at how you can look up due invoices. It's very similar to looking at your order invoice history. You're going to start by clicking on your account. And in the sidebar, we're going to go down to the bottom and where it says invoices due, we'll click there. And if you have any invoices that are currently outstanding, those will show here. And you can also, no matter which department you're logged into, you can click this drop down here. I know that sometimes the drop downs don't show very well when I'm screen recording, but it brings up all of your departments. When you click that, you can click on any department that you'd want to look at and it'll bring up those invoices. Currently, your account is all up to date, and that's why nothing is populating here. But if there were some new orders that were still pending payment, those would be showing right here. You can pay invoices from this screen as well. If there were invoices showing here, you could click little check boxes on the left-hand side, and the Pay Now button would light up. So you can select which ones you would want to pay, click Pay Now, and enter any information and submit payment that way if you needed to.